Hey, good morning, everybody. Look, I'm sitting back in my luxury hardback chair.
What?
I need a big lazy boy chair, man, to just kick back in. Just
Well, your friend got you a very expensive
oh
chair.
my!
And
You know what?
don't
And everybody
use.
wears it. It's a massage chair.
Yeah.
Everybody wears that thing out.
You do not get in it.
Good morning, everybody. I guess
Good morning.
I guess still got sleep in my eyes. Yesterday was Sunday. Today's Monday, and we Foster and I went down to Fall Creek Falls. You've probably seen that video. And I do a shout out to the couple that came and seen us. And we pulled up, and a couple come right behind us from St. Louis, and they'd been watching us just for 1 week. They got in the car and came down to see us. And just so happened, we pulled in, they pulled in right behind us. So
and I cut it out because they didn't want to be on.
Yeah,
film.
And that's fine. Yeah.
And I cut it out. So that's why it looked abrupt, because I put it all together. Because I did put that you said, hey, somebody just came by from, where was it from?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
And so I just left that piece. So I'm sure it confused everybody.
It was, we know what was cool is because they said they've been watching us for about a week. That was all. And she was in tears about how we do things, and she's just watching it, and she just loves you and loves your, how we carry on and all that. And it was just fun to.
And two, we want to thank them for their service. Were they both not in the military?
Military, yeah.
So thank you for
and
your
she sent
service.
you something. I don't know if that's what she sent, but she had sent a package or something. But anyway, it was just so cool because Foster and I, we're on our hands and knees digging into trying to find the water cutoff, and here they pull up behind us, you know. So, but Ace was a mess. They had three dogs. They had three.
Oh, three.
And Ace lost his mind.
Look at here. This thing lost his mind. Look at that right there. What a mess.
He lost his mind. He was running into the other dogs. So he was racing like going 100 miles, and he would body slam their other dog.
You don't know how to act.
It was so cool.
No,
yeah.
Look at there.
Oh, we better get on. We could talk all day.
Listen, we're late.
We got a call to make.
Don, we are so sorry because we're late.
We're Don.
Like 30 minutes late.
Yeah, he's probably not going to answer. But Don is the guy who bought into Fall Creek Falls. He's another one of our customers. He's in New York. We're going to find out about him. I have not talked to him.
Don't lay that down. It's got his phone number.
I haven't briefed him. All right. I don't know. Say only good things. I haven't asked him.
Do what the spy people eat it.
All right. I'm going to call. Hopefully. Let's see. One ringy dingy.
He's probably, we are never on time.
Oh.
Randy, don't show the number.
What?
Quit showing a number.
Don. Hey, Don, Randy Jones.
Hang on, I gotta get the volume up here.
Yeah, me too. Can you? How's that? You got her turned up?
Hello?
Hey, buddy, can you hear me?
I can't. Hang on a second. Let's go speakerphone.
Yeah.
Again, Randy.
Hey, there you go. How about now?
I can do it.
Hot dog. I got Amanda sitting here, and
Hang on.
Good morning. You can't show their phone number.
What are you? Amanda's screaming at me, buddy. I'm sorry.
Where Bonnie is.
Okay. He's gonna get his
wife.
Better half.
Yeah.
Better half.
Yeah. Well, I got my nemesis here.
No.
Oh.
Hey, good morning. We're already fighting this morning.
Well, we are too. We're trying to see floor plans for a mini Ace.
That'll do it.
Trying to figure out what furniture will fit.
I'll be darned. Awesome.
Funny.
Well, if you need some dimensions, let me know about how big the rooms are or something like that, and I'll be glad to get them to you.
Well, I'll tell you what we've done is, I don't want to get too much into this. We can talk to Tom when we get down to scheduling this. What we're considering doing is changing the floor plan a little bit to the left half is going to be a living/sleeping area.
Wait, the left half?
The left half. The right half would be the kitchen.
Right.
Switching.
And what we're going to do is possibly reduce the bathroom from 6 by 10 to a 6 by 9.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take your central kitchen area, move it away from the sliding door to the right along that wall, and make that
the alley kitchen.
Yeah. We went out and bought a cheap architecture software to move things around.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
And so we're doing that. We're just trying to figure out the luxuries that we can live without.
Aw.
Wait a minute. Luxuries he can live without. He went and ordered a, what do you call that? Portable dishwasher.
What?
A portable.
Dawn.
And do you know that he's putting an extra, he wants to put an extra 18-inch cabinet so he can put his...
Dawn, I ain't believing that.
It's hilarious.
Hey, Brandy, this is the time to defend me.
Yeah. I can't. I've got a headlock around me right here, buddy. There's no way.
Yeah, so we're going through those types of things. And,
He won't give it up. He will not give that thing up.
do you want to ask us who in that household does the dishes?
I was getting ready to say,
yeah.
who does the dishes?
Well,
Well, you know why? Because I started doing it, and he'll come back and he'll unload the way I loaded it and do it his way.
oh my God. Don, I think you might need some counseling.
And he goes and puts them how he wants.
Well,
I can't wait till they come to Tennessee.
oh my God.
This is not.
Well, you know what? I have never liked a dishwasher. I love washing them by hand. And I don't like it. Mandy used to get mad at me. She's, why can't we get a dishwasher? I said, because I like washing.
And I don't have one either.
In reality, the
Doesn't
sink,
bother me.
when the dishes go into the sink, Bonnie rinses them off, puts them on a rack.
Yeah.
Then when I rinse them off again, scrape them off, and put them in the dishwasher.
Me rinsing them wasn't good enough.
Hey, you guys you'll never want to eat with where I'm at because I just wipe them off and put them back in the cabinet. I don't even.
Oh, you're gross. You're gross.
You've heard these things called paper plates and plastic.
Yeah. Let's get paper plates.
Well, Don, are you sure you're prepared to come to Fall Creek Falls? It's pretty rustic out there, you know.
Well, you know, I don't know if I doubt you've talked to Will about our episodes here.
Right.
But the first thing we did is we got one of the last spots in Buffalo Creek.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then right when that was getting sort of finalized and we get confirmation from Will, yeah, you're in it, that's when you guys started your Fall Creek tours and presentations.
Oh, yeah.
And we said, you know what? You know, we're used to being more in a rural area, not a subdivision.
Well.
Subdivision type fish.
Yeah, because we have in Franktown we have a 20 acres where we had for 10 years we had an animal rescue.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
man.
And so, and we also have a place outside Durango on a couple acres. So we're not really used to being really that close, but as we get older, we're trying to refocus our attention. Say, well, you know what? We need to reintroduce ourselves into a community.
Yes.
Reintroduce.
So those are the types of things we're trying to accomplish with this
nice.
relocation. And Bonnie's thing is, okay, I've had her in Colorado for 20 some years, and she said, my winters in Colorado are about over with or without you.
I'll be darned.
I cannot say that.
Is that where you guys are at in Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
Right
snow?
outside. What is it? Colorado Springs.
That's where Carson is.
My son is just outside of. He's in Golden.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's north of town. Yeah.
Yep.
We're southeast of Denver.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Yeah, I'm supposed to go out and see him, and he said it was 70 degrees, and then they're supposed to get some snow too. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow,
That's
the
one of
extremes.
things about Colorado.
Yep.
I can't stand snow.
Oh, well, I don't blame you. I don't blame
Is
you.
there snow there right now?
No.
No snow.
It's pretty much gone.
No,
Mhm.
yesterday I think it was warm enough to melt the remaining snow that has been off and on for what, over months now.
Wow.
Man.
Because we live, what's the altitude here?
In outside of Durango, this house is at 7,700 feet.
Oh my goodness.
So whenever it snows, we get it bad.
Wow.
You're up there.
That sounds beautiful. but I know it gets old. Yeah.
It gets old. I'm from New Orleans, so I'm not used to, this weather.
Oh, I can tell by your accent. That's beautiful. Yep. When I had Brothers Cove Resort, everybody that come from New Orleans or Louisiana, everybody was absolutely the most festive, happiest customers we had. They were always ready to have fun and laugh and
ready to eat.
Oh, yeah. Yep, they brought their crawfish and their shrimp. And we had big boils and everything up there.
I do miss the food, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
She'll have to do that at Fall Creek.
Oh, that would be fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 200-quart boiling pots.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? Oh, they'll love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious, what did they buy and why?
Well, we had 20 acres. We had over, at times, we've had over 100 animals at our rescue. I mean, we were in.
Oh my goodness.
We did that for 10 years.
Wow. And that was, I'm sure, part-time, or you just did it on the side, or?
It was part-time for Don because I would say for more than 2/3 of that, it was just me. It was him and I.
Wow.
And
gosh.
I would work about literally 18-hour days.
I believe it.
Walking, because I would walk all the dogs and the animals and feed them, which I absolutely loved. I mean, I loved
Really?
animals.
Aw.
And the thing is, we were just going to do farm animals. And then, because I said, well, they have enough, dog and cat rescues out there. But boy, was I surprised. They don't.
They don't. No, they don't. We can't. Yep.
They don't. So it was, you name it. We had all kind of farm animals.
When we were blowing and going, and we did have some volunteers at one time that was helping us. But we had 26 horses, 30 goats.
You had yaks.
A yak.
Wow.
10 or 11 alpacas.
Oh my goodness.
At one time, we had over 30 dogs.
More than that.
And a lot of those were puppies.
Wow.
And we had potbelly pigs. We went to pick up one potbelly pig. Lady was going through a divorce and she had to move out. So I went to go pick this pig up, potbelly, thinking, and we were really kind of novices getting into this thing. But all of a sudden, I come across this potbelly pig that's 250 pounds.
Gosh.
And it was an indoor pig. And we finally got it into a trailer and back to our barn.
And he was blind.
He was blind.
Oh.
And the owner didn't even know it was blind. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, we've had some pretty good times with that. And like I said, we were fortunate enough to realize we need to start thinking about retiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we cranked it down just in time. We were right home for everybody except these two scraggly dogs that are in the room by our feet.
That is a lot of work.
Yeah, they were kind of returns. And so they each had their little quirks.
Yeah.
And so we've been trying to get them ready to be adopted because I'm 72, Don's 69, is it? Somewhere around there.
God.
Somewhere around there.
5 years old, so we aren't as active, as what they need.
You guys sound like you're in your 40s.
Oh, really? Well, wait till you see us.
You can speak for yourself.
Oh my gosh.
We like having fun. We like keeping busy. I go nuts while I'm sitting in front of the TV. I can't stand it. It drives me crazy.
No, you got to get out and about. In Fall Creek Falls, that's what it's going to be.
Yep.
We were up there this yesterday, Foster and I. We dropped that tiny home off, and it's like,
we saw
yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun up there. Tons of stuff to do.
Yes.
Always doing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing about it is we also have a lot of equipment that
a bunch
left over from the rescue as far as corral panels,
arena,
chicken coop.
Oh,
we
really?
have horse arena.
Tractor, all kind of lawnmowers, you name it.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to come up there with a big truck and load it all down here.
ATVs, fencing.
You'll be there Friday?
Pardon me?
No, oh, Colorado.
You'll be
Well, I won't be driving a truck.
No, I'm saying that you'll be there Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly out and see my boy.
Yeah, we're in Durango, so we're about 350 miles away.
Oh,
You'll be
goodness.
far away.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, right at this time, but yeah. And we have if you're interested, what is it, 20?
40 foot.
40-foot containers that we have used for storage, for putting our animals
Feed and stuff.
Yes.
Supplies.
Yeah, they're not. They're rusted. They're in pretty bad shape.
No, they're not.
Well,
I don't think so. We'll take pictures and see if you're.
Come on, Don.
Don, she's trying to sell something here.
Get on it, Don.
I don't think so. One of them has electricity in it.
it was that in it and a great big blower in it and all this other stuff. But
that'd be good for animal, if you want to put animal food and whatever.
Yeah.
Store it in.
I
Yep.
just don't know what it costs.
Our realtor once said, well, you should get rid of that. And I said, it was perfectly good containers. Why would I want to get rid of them?
Exactly. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll have to come out there and look at it and see. Yeah.
Pictures and all, but,
Okay.
Yeah,
we
send
have all
pictures.
kind of things. Oh my God.
God, you guys we're going to have fun. I'm glad you guys bought into this. This is going to be fun.
Well, the one thing I'm going to say is...
And tools. He's got tools coming out his rear end.
oh
my God.
The one thing I say is in marrying this woman, she is one that believes in the concept that you need the right tool for the right job.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
And having two houses in Colorado, that means you need at least two of them.
Right.
However, once you can't find them and you have to buy a couple extra replacements, you seem to accumulate a good selection.
Oh my gosh. Well, we need to load all that up and bring it to Tennessee.
Well, I tell you.
Well, we're going to need some help doing all of it.
Exactly.
We'll take pictures when we go back to Franktown of all the equipment and stuff that we have.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Wow.
Like I said, not knowing how you're going to develop that farm area.
Yeah, we have water troughs, like 7, 8, 9 water troughs.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, this is going to be awesome. We need to
We have all kinds.
if you want to send me a list of all that and some pictures, and maybe we'll see what we do about coming out there and getting all that. Yeah.
Because we know people everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if that's the case, because like I said, we have a bunch of fencing things. Like we have some 8-foot 6-inch posts. Got at least 40 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pressure treated.
Yeah, exactly. All that could be
I
used.
mean, we have a lot. We have all kinds of colors, other things. Posts, T-posts.
Okay.
Cool T-posts. God.
Yeah.
Lord.
Well, I need it for my house.
Can you imagine hauling all that in Colorado? It looked like a bunch of gypsies coming down the highway. You know what? Wow.
Beverly Hillbillies.
That
Yeah,
is so.
with the tractor, we have a post hole digger attachment.
Oh, we got all kinds of things. Yeah.
So you're coming here to be a part of the community and a rural living, but still be a part of it, kind of having both at the same, right? The community and out in the country, and yeah.
Well, yeah, we got.
Yeah, well, mostly Don needs to be around hospitals.
I don't need to be around hospitals.
Yes, you do. Yeah, he's got heart issues.
Right.
That's because my heart was beating for you. I wore it out.
You wore it out.
Yeah, he's got, what do you call that? AFib.
AFib.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
My buddy's got Wayne. He's got AFib. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Oh,
it
God.
doesn't really affect me. I barely even know I have it.
Yeah.
Which is it slows me down a little bit, but overall, it doesn't stop me from doing things.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
the
good.
only thing I would say is hey, Randy, slow down on your new ideas.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You got more.
Well, that's going to be hard to do because I got more coming out today.
Well, let's just go back to the original comment about us having an argument about putting things into a mini A. Now I want to hear this damn thing about a 12-foot by 34-foot.
But you know what the funny thing is? We were trying to figure out what would work best because I would prefer kind of like a kitchen on its own.
Right.
You know, and so that's what we were doing, and we had all the layout was similar to what you did in the this new one you're coming out with.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, that's almost like our plan.
Did they get an ace? Yeah. What did they get?
Yeah, you got a mini ace, right?
Yeah, we got a mini ace.
Well, we're gonna get 2 of them now.
Yeah.
Remember, we're getting
Buffalo Creek and Fall Creek Falls.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
And like I said, then we're waiting patiently for you to come out with the plots.
Yes.
See exactly. Where we're at, because
yeah.
Except when we go there was probably again a question. We're getting some. I know that you're kind of moving forward on the Fall Creek, but if we were one of the last folks that got into the Buffalo Creek, what type of schedule do you think a build out would that be? Because like I said, I know that obviously there's a lot of people in line before us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, Buffalo Creek's, it's once this weather, we've had 2 months of nothing but rain, and then it's been sporadically since then. Yeah. We probably got
that's with the snow. The snow's ridiculous there.
We probably got 2-3 weeks of just getting the last of the dirt work done, and then we've got to get all. Then we just start on the utilities and all the engineering. And if we could just get good weather, I mean, I would say no more than 90 to 120 days. The whole place is going to be done at once. It's not going to be in sections. So it's like, because it's just the way it's made,
How long? I understand that we're not in any big hurry.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it'd help us out to keep a space between the Fall Creek mini ace and the Buffalo Creek.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we can, the reality is going to be I don't know how long it's going to take you to.
Yeah, we put our house up for sale, obviously.
Yeah, right. We'll work with your schedule, of course. Like we've got a few people that need to get to Fall Creek. We only had 3 or 4 places that could go right now, and we have that infrastructure in place. But
right, I understand that where the old house.
Yeah, and Fall Creek is just really way more simpler to put in. Like when Foster and I were walking up there. This is going to be 3 or 4 communities within that whole area. You're going to be one, so it's going to be,
clusters.
Yeah, we'll be adding clusters to it. I think it's going to be cool. Yep, for sure. Yep.
Hey,
we're thinking about, what is that again? On the roof.
Solar.
Yeah, solar, yeah.
The house that we have in Franktown has solar.
Mm-hmm.
But of course the utility company wouldn't let us put it in battery backups. They just let us use it, use the solar power while we have it.
Well,
and so
we get credit every year.
So bottom line is we won't pay electricity over in Franktown from probably May until October.
Okay.
We'll build up a credit to use. Credit to use in the winter.
That's the best thing. That is the best.
The question we have is, on your solar system, how many watts are we talking about? How big is it?
It should be big enough for the mini ace.
I hope so. But the thing is, in Colorado, we have great southern exposure, so we get the sun.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that
I think they just duped us. They literally put solar panels on the whole freaking roof.
Wow.
40 of them, huh? 40?
No, not that many, but 20 something. But what their rationale was, they looked at our utility bills for the last year.
Yeah.
And they said, we'll let you put solar on top up to meet that. We don't want you to be a generation of. We don't want you to be a purchase point for us to buy solar from you.
Right.
So
right. Right.
And the thing about it is,
with the rescue going.
We had the rescue going.
Yeah.
Troughs you had to keep heated. heating blankets. Oh, God.
But that's how we got the 15,000 up there. Otherwise, it would have been.
I gotcha. Well, our solar is just it's customizable, and especially Mini Ace has got so much roof space, you know. So it depends on just your usage and what you need. They go from 4 panels to endless amount of panels and batteries and yeah.
Well, the other thing we're talking about doing is we're going to go with your gas tankless
Water heater. Yep.
Water heater.
Yep.
And
great.
And then your 2-burner
cooktop.
stove top.
Yep. Perfect.
And then the kind of the rationale behind that is if we're going to have propane out there, we can have a second heat source, so electricity
back
goes
up.
down. I don't have to worry about the mini splits.
You got it.
We have 2 in the Franktown house. We have 2 mini. We have two different. No, we have 1 mini split with 2 heads.
Right. Yep. Yep.
And,
yep.
And that's been perfect.
And it's been wonderful.
Yeah, we love them. We put mini splits in ever since we've been doing this, and it's just had great response for it. You know.
Well, we have. I'm gonna ask Randy this. I hadn't asked. Will we have like a propane tank? Maybe since we're kind of out rural.
They will have one at
everybody.
each house.
Oh, they just have, but they'll have to go to town to get more, or will we?
Well, it
have
depends.
one?
If they get a larger one, they have a truck will come by and fill it up. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the house in outside of Durango was originally on LP.
Yeah.
And
Wait, in Durango.
This
Where we are.
Where we are.
Yes.
I got transferred. I got transferred to Denver. That's when we went to the Franktown, and we bought the Franktown house. But we came back here for a Christmas party, and we arrived in Durango. We came out to the house, and it's a.
We had a waterfall.
We had 2 waterfalls, one from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor, and another from the 2nd floor down to the 1st.
Oh no!
And we were greeted by what? A stream of water.
Yeah, stream of water.
Oh God!
And so it was nasty, but while we were going through the remediation and repair thing, a company came and knocked on the door and talked to Bonnie. Said, "Hey, we're going to be running natural gas up there in the next year. So you interested?" We said, "Oh yeah." So we dumped our tank, because what had happened was literally we got to the point where we were out of town. We called the gas company to come check the gas. He said, "Okay, well, we need to fill your tank up. It's getting low." That was on a Friday. They came Saturday. The tank had got down to like below 10%, and their policy was we will not go in it. We won't refill it because of the pilot light situation in the unattended house. So then came Tuesday and Wednesday, and we had 2 days of minus 20 degrees.
Golly.
Good.
So
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what caused the bathtub on the clawfoot bathtub pipe busted.
Oh. Yeah. There you go. There's your waterfall.
We can at least tell you it was limited to 3 days, so we only had 5,000 gallons of water coming to the house.
Good God. Water destroys everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Lord.
But like I said, the whole point of that was to be if we had the propane there, we would have a second. And also the outdoor barbecues and all that stuff.
Hey, what are they looking forward to with the community since they've not been living in the community?
Yeah, Amanda said, what are y'all looking forward to at the community since you haven't been in a community? What are the things that you guys are excited about?
Well, of course, there's going to have to be a free bar.
That's right. Free liquor.
No, he likes Dr. Pepper.
Okay. I think I think it's just community. The feeling of knowing that you're not on your own.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just Don and I. And I mean, we've lived in this house for 12, I don't know how, since 2004 or something like that.
2005.
I couldn't even tell you who our neighbors are.
Yeah, they changed.
Man.
So
that's just the way it is. And in Franktown too.
Well, Franktown's the same thing because we lived there for the 12 years.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're out in 20 acres and there's a bunch of farmers, and we know our immediate neighbors.
Yeah. The only time we see them is when they want to borrow something.
Yeah.
It comes back either duct tape or doesn't work.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as far as the community, like I said, if you get a community and you have like interests, that's why probably Fall Creek is more to our last 10 years of life, being outdoors and doing that type of thing.
That's cool.
And like I said, I want, when we lived in Michigan, up in Gaylord, we decided we were going to build a three-car garage. And the guy that sold us the house built a house on the 40 acres behind us. And I would leave work, and I would come and work in that garage. And as soon as they heard the saws going,
they were there.
And one of the neighbors was an electrician, and he had an electrical company, and he came up one day and said, "We can put electricity in his barn." We go, "Sure." And he said, "Okay,
that's
I'll come
cool.
up. I'll be up there Saturday."
That's nice.
Yeah.
They were people like that. They have a different mindset.
Mm.
Yeah.
And Colorado is not that way. Colorado is not. It does not. They're very, very independent people.
On your own.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're at the point now where we've had enough issues that whether you think about the COVID days or whatever, that made us realize that the first 60 years of life with literally no problems whatsoever with health can change.
Yep.
Yes.
In a heartbeat. Yeah.
And so, like I said, that's important. But the main thing is to be able to sit there and look at your neighbors, say hi to them, and really care.
Exactly. Wow.
And they
Good.
do here.
Yeah. And that's almost a guarantee at these communities, what we're doing, for sure. And it's an East Tennessee spirit. I mean, everybody, the overall East Tennessee here is just that way, just good people. I mean, I've been here almost 40 years now, and my family's from all this whole area, and of course, Amanda, and there's just no place like it. You go east, west, north, or south, 300 miles away from here, and it's a different, it's different,
Well, yeah, we've never been to Tennessee. I think the only time I went there is I went backpacking, because I can recall on the trail being able to see Rocky Top.
Yep.
And
yep.
But so that's
gorgeous.
About the only time we've been there. I love Gatlinburg.
Oh
yeah. Awesome. Good.
I love it here.
Well, we were at the Planning Commission meeting there in Van Buren, and they were saying that their draw is Fall Creek Falls, like Gatlinburg is the Smoky Mountains, and it's I haven't had the opportunity to get into Fall Creek Falls yet and explore it, but man, just the land being on the plateau, it's 17 to 1,800 feet in elevation, which is not high really, but it's better. It's more than it is here. So the weather is a little bit cooler. It's a little bit different. So, I'm looking forward to what it has to offer. We were over there this weekend, and I noticed the trees were not as green there as they are here, and it's just 2 hours away. So, anyway, I think it's going to be a really good community. And, Foster and I walking the land and getting a picture of where we want to put our roads and infrastructure, where we're going to start, how we're going to get going. And so we're on it. We're getting heavy equipment shipped out there this week. Power's turned on, water meter set. And
we got people that's wanting to come and volunteer that's already ready to come.
Yeah, people are ready to come on. So we're going to try to get
One other thing you said is the potential of an open house out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's coming.
When do you think? Because, like I said, for us to get,
You have people.
Well, you got to have people, but bottom line is, we need to make a trip out there.
Yeah, I'd love for you to.
It's a 4 or 5 day drive for us.
Right.
And so the question is, if there was an open house at that time where we could meet people and see you guys and all that.
Yep.
Because obviously we have to see the Buffalo Creek area also.
Yeah. Yep. Love to.
But like I said, if you can start throwing out a time frame, whether that's going to be a June, July, August type.
We
have a meeting Wednesday, and we'll be able to.
By the end of this week, we'll have us a date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we're trying to figure out. I want to get it to where you can get around up there. So I'd like to put a little trails. Walk and access the property. I don't want to put a lot of infrastructure to do that, but it would be good to clean it up a little bit. And we need a couple weeks to do that, and then I'm ready for an open house.
We're not really hurried by any means. He's got health procedure in July.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
I mean, we are in no hurry.
Yep. And then you guys can come on anytime too. So, you know, if it's not the open house, you can come on anytime that fits your schedule, you know?
Yeah, we appreciate that,
Yep.
of course.
Yep.
And,
Well, man, it was,
but
yeah.
like I said, when you asked about the communities, you know, if you get the opportunity to go through and do your idea of the little general store type thing,
Yep.
and,
Yes.
you know, community garden, like I said, we have a little chicken coop that'll handle about 6 or 8 chickens.
That'd be perfect.
I think you're going to need more than one little coop.
We only have one at the moment. We would have to acquire another one or 2.
But I'll tell you what, chicken coops are doggone expensive.
They are.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God, it's absolutely ridiculous.
So,
Well, guys, it was so good to talk to
so
you.
nice.
You guys are refreshing, and I can't wait to meet you and get this thing started. You know what?
okay, well,
In case your mom would meet Don, he likes to talk. And he can talk to you just about anything.
Aw. Well, good. I'm going to build a front porch on that store so he can go ahead and just talk all he wants. That's right.
I talk better when there's people with me.
Yes.
You kind of inferred it if you fit in.
I got that.
Oh, my gosh. That's
We
right.
heard that.
That's right. Gosh.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you for doing this call for us.
Okay, you take care. If anything comes up, give us a call. Other than that, we'll use your co-construct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Communication.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep. Well, you got my cell phone number now. It's blaring at your phone, so, you know, you have to. Yeah.
Now, I'll put it this way. I will put you in my cell phone registry with the idea that I won't try to bother you.
Break in case of emergency.
Yeah.
Aw. Well, thank you guys,
Thank
man.
you all
I
so much.
can't thank you enough for believing in us and what we're doing, and it's a privilege and an honor
Yes.
to do this.
You know, you just don't realize it until, you know, how many people are actually in that predicament.
Well,
Especially seniors. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are.
well, you know, the timing of it is I retired this last December 31st.
Okay.
And the thought was, okay, we're going to get out of Colorado for at least the winters. So we're out there on the internet looking and, you know, dumping hundreds of thousands of dollars into another house.
Oh, no.
Thinking about
where to buy.
Well, yeah, that's what we were looking at. And then Bonnie started seeing the small, tiny house things on the internet and ran across your guys' YouTubes.
Yeah.
And she kind of looked at me and said, do you think we could do it? And I said, well, yeah. We had the same conversation last year because we bought a Class B van.
Okay.
Travel.
Yeah.
To find out where we want to end up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
When that thing got delivered, the first time we slid the door open and looked inside, we going, where are we going to put a toothbrush?
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious.
Wow. Wow. A little
So
small.
that's-
Yeah.
it's small. So, but that got us thinking of what we really need versus.
Yeah.
And that does it. And that's one of the other reasons why Fall Creek kind of fell into place with a little bit larger footprint.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem having a, a 22-foot van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Along
Right.
with a car.
Wow. How long have you been watching us or known about us?
Bonnie, you said what, a year?
It's
Oh.
kind of a
Oh,
little
was it?
short of a year.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Got it.
And it was just for actually a destination in order to start looking.
Okay.
You know, we were, and then, of course, you check out the crime, you check out everything else that goes, you know, with
Mm-hmm.
and,
But you
but then the houses, oh my God, you know,
Yeah.
400,000, 600,000. Well,
Houses are awful.
well, the other thing you threw another curveball at us by going to that place in what was it, South Carolina?
oh, Abbeville.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
know.
looked at that thing and said,
And that's
Will said, hey, hold up, that looks great.
I know it.
Shame on me.
Oh, that was mess. I know. We
Yeah.
were so excited.
That would be great
that
for
was a
people.
nice area.
It was.
So that-
It was.
But like I said, it threw us a curveball. Because, well, maybe South Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aw.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Keep your new ideas to yourself.
Okay. Okay. Gosh. Well, guys, thank you so much, man. I hope you have a great day.
Appreciate it. You guys take care. Keep doing what you're doing.
You too. Thank you guys both.
Okay. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
How fun
She's
were
fun.
they? They were hilarious together.
You can tell they've been together a
Oh
while.
my God, they were so funny together.
Aw, that is cool.
Are they not going to be an added
Yeah.
to the community?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You know what you find, I'm learning, as you get older, it's the reputation of people get older, they get more grouchy, right?
Yeah.
And they get more opinionated and they get more, they don't want to
Entitled.
bend and weave.
Yeah.
But you get to talk to these folks.
Yeah.
When you get older, you're like, I don't care anymore. It ain't worth fighting for. It
I
ain't
know.
worth dealing with. I don't care. If that person says that, who
whatever.
cares? And so you got that benefit of the older crowd, because I'm learning by myself. I'm not letting things bother me that used to bother me when I was
No.
younger,
Mhm.
and I'm never, opinionated about stuff.
Well, until you think that you won't get over that, like you won't change, you do. You do change.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I got out of this conversation that I loved the most, I loved it all, but what I loved the most
Yeah.
is whenever they said they were in Michigan, and whenever you started a saw or something, your neighbor came over
Yeah.
and offered to help you.
Yeah. What are you into?
What are you into?
What do you need? What do you need?
That's the way this community is going to be.
Yeah.
I
That is so
love
cool.
that, hearing that.
Guys, electrician, well, I got to run some wire here. Come on, let's get some wiring going.
I'll meet you Saturday and I'll come over here.
Wow.
And they've worked all week. Everybody's worked all week
Yeah.
and want to go over Saturday morning and help your neighbor. I love it.
I tell you what, when
Yep.
it's all done and the life is over,
Yeah.
and you're getting ready to leave this world,
Mhm.
and when you look back, the relationships is what's going to make your life rich.
That's what matters. That's what matters.
It really is, man. It's not the size
No.
boat or car or home or how many golf trips you were on.
Nope.
Because if you go on all those trips and you do all that stuff alone,
Mhm.
and you have nobody that really knew your heart and knew your life and cared and
What's
loved
the
you
point?
enough to be with you,
Mhm.
I mean, you really have an empty, it is. And I've learned that over the years. And not that I've never been rich or anything like that, but I've seen what that can do. And I've met people, and there's nothing wrong with the money part of it, but relationships is the best thing
Mhm.
to have.
Yeah.
Even if you go back, even bad things that happen between relationships, because I've had, of course, bad, relationships happen. And when I look back at it, it's made me a better person, or it's made me think about the world differently. And it still has enriched my life in some way that I can take knowledge from it and just be a human, So anyway, that was cool. That was a good
great
conversation.
Great call.
Fall Creek Falls. That's the offer. We're still taking on applicants or purchasers or eaters or whatever you call them. You guys want a home in Fall Creek Falls, 2 years free rent, 1 year free rent. We're even offering, I'm coming out and I'll let you guys know about this A-frame. I love these A-frames where it's really simple process. It's going to be you can have it as a kit and you can always tear something down, but these are more permanent. And then
We'll do that in another video.
we're going to do another video and we got some stuff, but please, any one of our model homes from the Amish built to any of our here are welcome to come down to Fall Creek Falls. And depending on the size home depends on your 1 to 2 year free rent.
Yep.
All right. So thank you for watching. We'll bring another video. And look at Ace. He's
Oh, he moved out of his bed.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get closer.
Hey, buddy.
There he is. All his toys.
All right. You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. And we'll be back. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let some people know about what we're doing here. And you're always welcome to come to East Tennessee. Give us a visit. Just call. Give us an appointment.
And Melody is doing tours like crazy. So get on
Yeah.
there and Melody will tour you around Tiny Town.
We got the Ace here on the pond.
Yep.
We're building a mini Ace right now. It'll be here for you guys to look at. We've got the Birmingham. We've got
lots to look at. Spring
tons.
in East Tennessee.
Gorgeous.
Can't beat it.
Yep.
All right.
See you guys. Bye. Good buddy.